Good morning, students. I am Manikant Mishra, Modern English School, New Area. Hope you all are fine by the grace of God. So, as we are discussing the characteristics of group, I think this is left that metallic and non-metallic character, the gradation of metallic and non-metallic character, or change of metallic and non-metallic character while moving from top to bottom. So especially when you move from 14 to 17 element, a group 14, 15, 16, then when we move from top to bottom across the group, these kinds of variation only it is observed or it is found that in a 14, 15, 16, 17 group, such kinds of variation. What? Just I'll tell you. Like I have taken two groups, one is group 15, another one is a group 14 member. So group 15 member, the member of this family are nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. In a group 15, the members are nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. Now nitrogen and phosphorus are non-metals. Nitrogen and phosphorus are non-metals, whereas antimony and bismuth, arsenic and antimony are semi-metals. You also can call it as a metalloid. Arsenic and antimony are semi-metals or metalloids, whereas a bismuth is a metal. So now you see that how there is a variation along the group is taking place. Nitrogen, phosphorus is a non-metal, arsenic, antimony is a metalloid or semi-metals, whereas bismuth is a metal. So it means non-metallic character decreases along the group. We are talking about the metallic and non-metallic character across the group. So non-metallic character decreases and metallic character increases along the group. While moving from top to bottom across the group, non-metallic character decreases and metallic character increases. If we talk about the group 14 elements like a carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. Now you know that carbon is a non-metal, silicon and germanium is a metalloid or semi-metals, and tin and lead are metals. Carbon is a non-metal, silicon and germanium is a metalloid or semi-metal. As you know that the elements which have properties of metal as well as non-metal is called metalloids. Silicon, germanium is a metalloid and tin and bismuth is a metal. So again you see non-metallic character decreases and metallic character increases. Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. Carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. You see that carbon is a non-metal, silicon and germanium is a metal, and carbon is a non-metal, silicon and germanium is a metalloid, and tin and lead is a metal. So this metalloid, as earlier also I have talked about you, that this metal and non-metals are separated by a zigzag line or a diagonal line. Metal and non-metals are separated by a diagonal or a zigzag line, that those elements which separate metal and non-metal are called metalloid or semi-metal: boron, silicon, arsenic, germanium, tellurium, polonium. All these are semi-metal: boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic, antimony, tellurium. All these are called semi-metals. So you have already observed, while moving from top to bottom across the group, non-metallic character decreases and metallic character increases. This is about your characteristics of group. Now let us talk about the advantage of the periodic table. Now let us discuss about the advantage of periodic table. So first of all, some of points we have already discussed in the Mendel's periodic table, but overall I am talking about the advantage of the periodic table. So periodic table makes the study of elements systematic and easy. Periodic table made the study of the chemistry of elements and their compounds are very systematic and easy. Second point, by knowing the position of elements, we can predict the type of compounds formed by that particular element. As we know that if suppose the group 1 element, a particular element belongs to group 1, like a sodium belongs to group 1. If you know this particular element, this is the sodium or this is the potassium, this is the magnesium, then we can predict the which type of compound these elements are going to form. So by knowing the position, suppose group 1 elements, group 2 elements, then we can say yes, group 1 elements or group 2 elements or group 13 elements are going to form ionic compound. Similarly, if we know that the particular elements belongs to group 15, if they combine with group 16, then we can say yes, they will form covalent compound. Or group 15 combines with group 1, then they will form ionic compound. So by knowing the position of the elements in the periodic table, we can predict the type of compound formed. Next, by the electronic configuration, with the help of the electronic configuration, we can predict the position in the periodic table. By knowing the electronic configuration, by knowing the electronic configuration of an element, we can predict their position in the modern periodic table or in the periodic table. Next, this periodic table helps to correct the atomic mass of certain elements. atomic mass, modern periodic table or periodic table helps to correct the atomic mass of certain elements. Next, it also helps to predict for undiscovered element. It also helps to predict or to discover the new elements. So these are the advantages of the periodic table. Now little bit if you focus advantage of modern periodic table over the Mendel's periodic table. Like few of the things already in the beginning we have explained it. Like in modern periodic table, in the Mendel periodic table, the cause of periodicity has not been explained. Why certain elements after a certain interval possess similar characteristics. Modern periodic table explained successfully that having the same electronic configuration, having the same number of valence electron is the cause of similarities in their properties. What is the cause of periodicity? There is a same number of valence electron. That's why the elements after a certain interval possess similar properties. Next, anomalous pair. That argon and potassium, argon had higher atomic mass, has come first, and potassium has lower atomic mass, comes later. This abnormal situation was not explained by Mendel, but modern periodic table successfully explained it. That argon has atomic number 18, has come first, whereas potassium has 19, its atomic number, so comes later. Third major problem was regarding the position of isotopes. In the Mendel's periodic table, there were no place for isotopes. That also has been successfully resolved in the modern periodic table. Because the atoms of the same element having the same atomic number and the different mass number. So for the same atomic number, so there is no need to give separate place, rather one place signifies for all the position, as for example like chlorine 17Cl35, chlorine 17Cl37. So both have the same atomic number. So one chlorine, 17 itself represents both the chlorine. 17 atomic number represents both the chlorine. So there is no need to give separate place. One major problem was that subgroup. In Mendel's periodic table, he has marked A and B. Under the column A, he placed normal element or representative element, as we have discussed already. On the basis of electronic configuration, the elements, if the last electron goes to S or P orbital, they are called S block element, normal element. If the last electron goes to S orbital or P orbital, then they are called normal element or representative element. And if the last electron goes to D orbital, then it is called transition element. And if the last electron goes to F orbital, then it is called inner transition element. So now S and P block elements might be placed under the column A, and D block element he has placed under the column B. So this subgroup has been discarded in the modern periodic table. There is no need of giving this the subgroup that has been discarded. So these are the advantages of modern periodic table over the Mendeleev. So yet lot of merit has in a long form of the periodic table, but the position of regarding the position of hydrogen is a problematic. Though in the modern periodic table it is placed in group 1, though it resembles with some extent to group 17 also, but certain similarities in group 1 also. So it is one of the, you can say, disadvantage of the modern periodic table. The place of hydrogen is not being justified. So this is I think I have discussed more or less all the topic. If I have left, then you can remind me just you during your online time that what are the things I have left. It will be most welcome. If I get today, then tomorrow those things I can explain, I can discuss with you. So it is my humble request, you watch the video and you see that if anything I have left, so please you write, so that tomorrow those things I will discuss with you. Otherwise I have to go for the question and answer. As far as my concern of knowledge, I have discussed more or less all the topic. So watch the video honestly and let me know the undiscussed topic. Thank you. Have a nice day.